In this video, we're going to see how to save a training session and how to view it later in the progress area, where we can modify it, erase reps, and even export that session to Excel or TSV. Let's do a quick training session, and we're going to save it. For example, in bench press, and we're going to do a set with this athlete. We would finish and hit end, and on the end screen we would hit save, and the training session should appear in the progress area. We go to the progress area and we see our 3 athletes and the bench press exercise that we just did. And here we can see in graph form his estimated 1RM over time and a list with all the days in which he has done a training session. And the last one registered is today's, which is the one we just did. If we click on it, we can see more details. And we can see what we did that day. And here we have the date, the number of sets we did, which in this case was just 1, the weight used, the mean of these 2 velocities, and the variables we can see in a normal training session, like the number of rep, the mean propulsive velocity, peak velocity, ROM, and power. And at this point we can do 2 things. On the one hand, we can export just this day by clicking up here to the right. We can export it by saving it to this device and sending it to ourselves by email or WhatsApp or whatever. What we can also do is erase some of the reps. Let's imagine that this rep is bad. We can just erase it. Hit Save Changes, and if we go back, we can see it's no longer there. On the other hand, from here, we could also export the different training sessions of each athlete by simply clicking on the athlete we want to export. For example, let's export this one. We can see his data, his history is loaded here. We click up here to the right, and it asks us if we want to export in TSV or in Excel. We click one of the 2, and it asks us how much time from this athlete we want to export. Just 1 day, which would be the last day, the last week, the last month, the last year of this athlete. We're not going to export it because it's the same as what we just saw before. And from out here, what we can also do is erase a whole day. For example, we go here, swipe left, and we can erase the whole day without having to go in and erase each one of the reps individually. Also on this screen, we can see a tab for unfinished training sessions. It's this tab here where we find the unfinished training sessions that we haven't saved and are still in progress. So the ones we're still doing and haven't saved yet. These can be, for example, sessions we started and the app closed on us, or we closed it by mistake, or maybe we left it there and forgot about it and never saved it. Well, that data would appear here in case we want to save it, discard it, or whatever we want to do with that data specifically. And that's everything on the progress area.